What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Take That. And we're continuing with the second disc of Progress 2011. Thank you again to Michaela. And the next tune is Man, a single word title. Of course, most fundamentally, it refers to a male, and we humans, when we say man, we typically mean a human male. Of course, man for a long time in the English-speaking world could be used to indicate all of humanity, the age of man, one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind, that type of thing. So yes, I suppose it could be that meaning. I'm less inclined to think that. It is also an interjection, like, man, can you believe it? But I'm also not thinking that has any relevance. So yes, I wonder whether man is referring to humans more broadly, maybe men more broadly, or on the surface of it, I'm most inclined to think a particular man, maybe the narrator themselves. So yes, let's see what I can pick up on a first listen. This is Take That, the track is Man, and it's the second tune on the second disc of their Progress album, 2011. I think it just did. That's awesome. Sonically, that is brilliant. I love the mixture of tempos and stylings and sounds more melodic and consonant and those a bit more tension filled and electric. I especially enjoy that syncopated section or sections plural offset against the more straightaway four to the floor dance floor style. And I love the chorus in particular. Every time it comes in, it just has this explosion of melody and percussion. And lyrically, I'm very intrigued. Like, I heard it a few different ways over the course of the track. Like, one, I was thinking like, oh, this could really be about humankind and about how, we've lost our way and we've made technologies that can't be undone, whether you're talking rocket technology, which, yes, as Carl Sagan would say, can, send probes into space to explore and to study, but can also send missiles to other parts of the earth and to, destroy our modern society. But whether it's that or just more generally, we're creating technologies that, are harder to control and are easier to use in bad ways, and we can't go back. It's not like we can uninvent these things. It's not like we can, take away our modern civilization, sort of like just dismantle it. We're in territory that is, number one, uncharted, but also we're unable to pull back from that. And then the expression that, we've lost control, it feels like, again, we're moving without the ability to slow down or to turn if we are in danger of, destroying it all. And then there were the lines like, what was it, something about like, I can't hold your hand anymore, and it sounds like the other person, is, the speaker is almost in a condescending way saying like, look, I don't vouch for this anymore. I'm not going to be responsible for what happens. And it almost felt like it's, on a religious mindset, it would be the idea of a God saying to mankind, like, look, you don't want to follow me anymore. I'm not going to hold your hand. Look, whatever happens from this point out, it's on you. I can't persuade you the way that I used to. But then zooming in, it feels like this could be a more personal narrative. And though I'm less inclined to maybe see this one in relation to the band's history, although if it is, maybe it's again about back when they first were a group and first had success, and then that disintegrated and unraveled. So maybe it's like speaking in the present but set in the past, again, for those who kind of know the story and can see it through that lens. But taking it more like immediately but on a personal level, I feel like it could be about two people who've had a history, were listening to each other, were responsive to each other before, but now it's gotten to a point where developments have transpired such that they can't go back. They've passed a threshold, and there's no undoing that. And the speaker's saying, look, you don't listen to me anymore. We're out of control. It's almost like you're just trying to ride this until everything is destroyed, until the universe comes to an end, though on a more interpersonal, like lower scale. So yeah, if I had to guess, maybe I'm thinking the bigger scale, the idea of humans more broadly. It's like we're so driven by our pursuits and our ambitions and our unflinching commitment to what has become the state of affairs in the world and our technology, that we're rushing toward a red light, and it's coming sooner than maybe some people think. But also, even those that are aware of it, can't pull back from it. But yes, again, maybe there's a historical aspect to this. Maybe it's actually on a smaller scale. Maybe it is functioning on multiple levels. But I love the vocals, bright and smooth. I love the sonics, danceable, but with a bit of wicked tension in those syncopated sections. And I like the transition, I like the chronology as well. So another top tune from this double album. Thank you again to Michaela for introducing me to Take That. And again, we've got a lot more Take That coming, so we're still in the early stages. When we come back next time, it'll be Love Love. which is a nice little repetition, and I wonder the significance of that. So yeah, I'll think more about it, and we'll talk about it next time. Let me know what you think here, and I will see you for that one. Peace.